Hello everybody, my name is Kind Cruelty and welcome to another Stella Sora video. In this video we'll be going over our first truly limited unit being Snowish Laru. In this video we'll go over her skills, her emblems, her best potentials and the best builds and teams that you should use with Snowish Laru. She is an Ignis versatile, meaning her role does kind of clash with Chixia, which is the Ignis versatile that we currently have, and she finds herself replacing Chixia in many teams, in all of the teams that you could actually use Chixia in. We will only be focusing on her support skill and her ultimate, as we will not be building her as a main damage dealer. We actually have a very strong Fuyuka as a main, so we will only be focusing on her support skill and her ultimate. She summons a turret that then fires gift boxes that explode and inflict the mark on a target. This is her skill, it's as simple as that. And her ultimate, she transforms into Dame Laru or Dame Laru, which after she transforms, the auto attacks become range shots and her main and support skills become the barrage, which you will see in the background gameplay right now. But those are her two main skills that you will be using. Now, we shall then go on to emblems. For emblems, for the level 70 emblem, you will want to prioritize penetration, one of the best stats to get, and then you will also want to get crit rate. Crit rate and pen are good, and then minion damage is also a good third one. Minion damage is a good third one, and then skill damage for the fourth slot will work for you as well. This is for the level 70 build. An optional fifth one, if you don't get one of these four, assuming you get pen though, you could go for elemental damage, being the Ignis elemental damage. And those are the four stats you want for the level 70 emblem. For the level 80 emblem, you will still be looking for penetration, you will still be looking for crit rate, but you're gonna want to get the support skill +3 as well, the skill +3 as well. You will want to get the skill +3 and you can get the alt +3 as well for Snowish Laru. And then for the level 90 build, which I do not have right now, we will go to the potentials so that I can show you which of the potentials you should actually be aiming for with Laru. So with Laru, you will actually be wanting many of her support skills, which is Fairy Tale Ru. If you are able to get it, this is a really good support skill which buffs the whole team, a really good one. And one that I find to be quite slept on is Toy Army. Toy Army is actually a really good one, so if you are able to get that, you should get that as well. And then there is Celebration Resumed. Celebration Resumed is a really good one to get. And then you can get elemental damage as well. Those four stats are what you should be focusing on for the level 90 emblem in order to ensure that you deal the most damage. Now, for her talents, I am a free-to-play player. I do advise, right, that you run away from potentials, like from dupes in the game, from talents, that you should not be getting it. But this one is a really tempting one. When the summons are present, increases the crit rate of all Ignis tracker skills by 10%. And as we know, Fuyuka does have a skill build. She also has a really good skill build. So it is tempting. It is really a tempting one, because crit rate is such a rare stat in the game that getting it anyway would be such a good thing. For the second one, where she increases the damage of her summon toys, that's where I'd actually stop, because you don't want her to be dealing the most damage in the team, right? You're focused on her buffing the team while stealing a bit of the damage. So I find that this one, the first talent for me, offers more power and usefulness as opposed to the second one, which basically increases the damage of her skill and her minion damage. And then the third one also increases the damage of Snowish Laru and her minions. So if I were to go for potentials, I would stop at 1. But then that's just me, I'm free to play, I only pull for just 1 copy. But yes, now that we're done with talents, we shall go to the main deal, which are the potentials. So I'll explain how I categorize these, right? The ones that are core are the ones you want maxed, and then the medium ones are the ones you do want, but you don't exactly have to max them, just get them as high as you want. So this is firstly the Fuyuka alt build, right? I'll start this out by saying that this is the Fuyuka alt build. So as you can see, the Blast Chase, although it is good in the skill build, it is not really required in the main build here. And the Swelling counter attack is what you would want to max first of the medium ones. After you've maxed all your cores, the Swelling counter attack is the next one, and then maybe combo punch or blast chase, because they're not really core to the alt build. So the main star of the show is the Snowish Laru. For the Snowish Laru, I know that there are two builds, right? The first one and the second one. The reason I lean towards the first build more is because of the special armor that you see there in the core build, because this one can increase the target's skill damage taken, and we all know Snowish Laru deals quite good skill damage, and Fuyuka deals a lot of skill damage, especially if you go for the skill build, which we will be going over after this one. But yes, because of that, I have found myself using support build 1 way more than I ever do use support build 2. Now for her core potentials, you want Celebration Resumed. As we all know, Celebration Resumed offers a 179% attack, which is quite a lot. That's a lot of attack offered. And then you also want Fairy Tail Rule. Fairy Tail Rule also increases the target's Ignis damage taken by 60%, which is quite a lot. And another potential that is quite slept on, that I believe is actually core, is actually Toy Army. Now Toy Army, when you transform, which is during your alt, it increases the attack of the Ignis trackers in the squad by 35%. This is a good boost to the team overall. And then the medium one being the 2-gun salute, which basically increases the skill damage of courtesy before aggression. But that's not important. What's important is it fires 2 additional gift boxes. That's all the reason you want it, which is why I've placed it in medium, because you don't need many of them. You just need it once, because you want that fires 2 additional gift boxes. And that is her build. She's as simple as that to build. Everything else is basically optional. I could put it there if you want it, if you see it and you think, okay, this is a nice potential. But with these 6 right here, you have her entire build. That's her core build. You just want to max those 3 and then just get the 2-gun salute once. And then for your flora, if you're interested, there it is. I've moved things around from the previous build I gave y'all, but the potentials are still rather the same, that these are the ones you want and those are the ones you want maxed. Now this is for the alt build. I know many people do not like the alt build, so for the skill build I will just be showing you what do I call it, a screenshot of it, but I will not be explaining much, because this is the same build I had covered already when I was building Fuyuka, but this is the one where you focus on the combo punch to be maxed, the blast chase and the finishing blow. Those 3 are your cores, and then the medium ones being initial punch, swelling counter attack and bold challenge. Those ones you get them as much as you can. If you can max them, max them. If you can't, so be it. But those are the ones you want. And Snowish Laru does not change at all, neither does Flora for those builds. So that is it for the build, and that is it for the team, right? I have not yet tested any side teams, but I believe they will be the same, because I had tested before a team where you actually swap out the Flora for an N, which is an auto attack build. So she will fit into any of the teams I had previously recommended for Fuyuka. She will be there. You will be able to slot her in. Did I say Fuyuka? Yes. You will be able to slot her into every team for Fuyuka that I had previously recommended. But that is her build. She is quite strong, and if you want a verdict on how strong she is, on whether or not I believe she is a must pull or not, I don't believe she is a must pull. I know she's the first limited unit, so you're gonna wanna get her because maybe her rerun comes next year or not at all. We don't know how they're gonna treat limited units. So for a collector, you're gonna wanna get her. But for power wise, she's not that much of an upgrade from the Chixia. She is an upgrade, don't get me wrong. She's stronger than Chixia. She deals more damage and she also helps the team, but you're not missing out on that much if you do decide to skip. I know that doesn't help given that she's limited and all, but yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there, that she's not a Nazuka, if you get what I mean. Like, the Nazuka felt like a very huge jump from anything we ever had. She's not a Nazuka. She is strong, but she's not must pull strong in the sense of it. But yes, that is it from me, and that is it for this video. For more content like this, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.